So good morning everybody, how are you going? Welcome back to the channel. Recently we did, before I start that, I want to give some shout outs to everybody. Big up to everybody from away, America, Canada and England. We had some good conversation with a lot of them from away there. Thank you very much. And also to the two people that sent things for Pinky and Sammy. As I always tell you, we don't need anything, but anyway, thank you very much. Really appreciate it. And we just like we just be happy with whatever we have, right? So you don't need to send us anything, right? And we just simple people. Whatever we have, we just make best use of it. But anyway, thank you very much. They really like the stuff you send them, and as I said, they was sharing and it was just willing to sell for them. So anyway, thank you very much, and they just real play with it. Right, so with the stuff you send, with what I listen, the two person, right? Thank you very much, and big up to everybody. Good morning to everybody, all the new subscribers, all we older subscribers, everybody who always watching, who always locked onto the channel. Thank you very much. And you know me, I just a down to person, and I just live day to day, right? So welcome everybody, and good morning, and welcome to all our fans from away as well, right? Big up to all of you, and good morning to everybody, and welcome back to the channel. We live with David, and my name is David. So hope all are good, and it's about 4 o'clock here this morning, 4:30 and thing. Yeah, that's why I hear the bird and I'm starting to whistle. Yeah, some bird living in my house there. I don't know when they go move out, you know. You know how long they live in there? Like when them go, others just come. Anyway, let me go get into that, right? So let me go and finish let me do part 2 in my tragedy, right? Whatever happened to me. Now, I don't consider it as a bad thing. I just consider it as a learning experience, right? So, let me start this thing, right? So, here what happened, right? Remember, if you watch the last video, you go see my life is tragedy. Remember, I had to reach home, I had to get the licks and thing with the gun butt and thing down the road there. Yeah, and I come back home, right? So, let me tell you what happened from there, right? So about 6 months after that, after I get all the licks and all that drama and thing went on, not about 6 months, I lie, but maybe about 3 to about 5 months, somewhere around there, right? Yeah. Yeah, about 5 months, yeah. 3 to 5 months, somewhere around, right around there. I actually didn't catch back myself. I was starting to go mad. Yes, I was starting to go mad. I used to be talking to myself. I used to be drinking plenty rum. Yes, I was drinking rum. A person like me who don't drink rum now. Yeah, but I'll tell you the story, don't worry. And I'll do the whole story. It'll just be 2 parts, right? Because it's going to be very long. Going to be at least about an hour and a half. So I had to cut it because this camera I record, there's just cut at a certain time. So you will see part 2 and part 3, right? But the whole story will finish out. Yeah, so I was drinking rum. I never smoke. I don't smoke, right? So I was drinking rum. I was drinking rum and getting drunk to sleep. So I wouldn't get no memories, right? Don't get me wrong. I never used to drink in my life. But when you drink the rum and you get drunk, you used to want to sleep. So I used to buy rum. Anytime I work, I buy rum and I drink it just to go and sleep because I don't want to remember. So about 3 to 5 months after that, well, I was a couple days like that. And a couple days for the week I was different, right? So for 3 or 5 months I was taking it in because remember it's just about 8 or 9 months I did and everybody blaming me because the way she died was the blame game. You know when people die a certain way and they quick to blame, they quick to judge you, right? That's how people is. So they quick to blame and judge you, right? Everybody was on Facebook and thing and blaming and saying is the husband do this and the husband do that. Imagine that you break down the door and come inside. But it's you do it. You see how people have no common sense? No sense at all. Because when she died, I had to break down the door. My neighbor, I was by my neighbor across the road lineman by he. Right? Because something he called my phone, I went across to get it and carry it from and I was lying there all 10 minutes because I know she washing clothes. When I leave, she was washing clothes. And then when I come back, now the door and thing was locked. And I called and she had nobody answering. And I kicked down the door. And when I kicked down the door, I see she was hanging. Anyway, right? It's not a nice sight, right? For a person who young. I was only about 20 something years. 28 years or something like that. 27 years. Yeah, and then you grew up your whole life poor. And you had to work from since you was a little boy from 8 years. Since 8 years I working. Right? So, and that is how you had to go through that, right? So, within that, after that happened to me, I get licked something on by the highway and thing. For that 3 to 5 months, I was off, real off. I was working, but when I was working, you know, when I walking on with my mind on she, I come back home, my mind was always on she, right? But you see, you have to understand, when that tragedy happen, it have people like to take advantage of people, right? They're quick to judge, they're quick to say things and hurt your feelings. Now, you don't know how you feeling. I mean, nobody will know how you feeling, only you will know how you're feeling. And then that person you're with for so much I hear some people married for 40, 50 years, I'm married 30, 20 years. I was only married for 4 years. So imagine how I was feeling for 4 years and the person married for 20 years. Or 30 years or 40 years. Right? It is a real different. And if you're good with them. Now me and she saw market and thing. And we saw always quarrel because we always quarreling on how to get better and how to do this better and this. But we didn't quarreling like literally quarreling. We used to just quarrel. Right? So, and everybody does quarrel. But apparently everybody just take it to a different. It's like if you eating rice, dal and bhaji and somebody see you eating rice, dal and bhaji, they go walk down the road and tell them you was eating curry chicken and rice. And that is how bad news there's start to spread. Right? That is how people is. That is the mentality of how people is. Now you could always listen to what people have to say, you could just be on a different level. Right? What the hell is that? Oh, I have a bat living in this house here. Right? So a little jumpy thing. You know where he come from now? Anyway, he just go here he just go in the night and he just come back during the day. I don't run him. Like imagine that batter. But since I built this house that bad day, I don't run him. I leave him. I don't know if it's a male or a female, but he just go in the night and come back in the day. He living right in the back in this room here. Yeah, and I'm a junk room on the back there. I will look at that whole thing in the back there. Yeah, that's supposed to be pinky room in the back there, but me I do nothing on that as yet because I really don't have the money to do anything and I just don't have it. But it don't really bother me. I just leave it for now and later on the road. Anyway, let me go back to the story. When you see people in a position they like to take advantage of and they like to spread bad rumors on people, and most of it doesn't. Actually, none of this be true, but they're quick to judge you. Alright, when somebody die in a tragedy. Tragedy meaning like somebody drink poison or they hang themselves or they kill themselves, you know? They're quick to judge you. That is just how people is. But you can't take on that mentality. You just have by every day God make a new day for you and every day is for you to fight. And you have to fight. You cannot sit down every day and say it was your fault. Don't say it was your fault because the position I was in. And I used to say the same thing. Right? But then I learned, I'll go explain that in the story, right? The story real long. It's real nice to it, a nice part in the story, right? But anyway, you cannot let people and somebody die or something. And I know it has been hard. I know I went through it, right? And I was off. Real off, literally off. Watch me. I was walking from shock when I was on the highway. I didn't know what to do. And when you know you're getting a taxi at a fight down and all kind of, I used to go mad. I used to be walking from shock when I was straight to Clarkson, be coming up the road. Yeah, I used to walk it and sometimes I finish work all 3 o'clock and then I waiting for a taxi a whole hour and like nothing ain't going your way now, boy. So I started walk. And it take me about 8 hours, 9 hours to walk from Shopwanners to Clarkson by walk it. And sometimes you're walking and you're just walking, but the walk is not the walk you're walking. You're not feeling no pain, you're not feeling nothing, you're just walking. Right? You just know you have to reach that destination and you're walking. And it just sometimes 4 o'clock, 3 o'clock, and then I leave Shopwanners and I walking up that road and that highway coming up that hot sun. And like the sun not burning me, nothing. My mind just on she and I just know where to go and I walk and go in. And sometimes all 11 o'clock, 10 o'clock and then I reach home. And when I reach home, I come home, whatever I have, I give the dog something to eat and I sleep for about an hour, 2 hours and I back up. I don't know. right? Now I used to drink home, I never used to drink. I used to drink home and in the market, right? But I never used to drink because I need to come back home. And I don't want to be falling down and damaging myself because I working and I had to get money. I had to survive. So I used to drink, but I never used to drink like drinking to get drunk to knock out. I used to drink to go and sleep. And you know when you're not a drunkard and you're drinking rum, you will fall asleep quick. So every time I drink a half, I knock out cold. But I used to drink more like when I'm home or when I'm working. So I used to control my drinking in that kind of way. But that was the only thing to take me off because I used to get drunk. Alright, so yeah, that was me, Yeah, that was me. You'll never believe that a person like me, what? But I real plenty of these stories, I won't give the story. And I want you to understand that everybody does go through that. So you don't have to feel bad or you don't have to feel sad. And know sometimes you are alone and it is be real hard and you don't know you just can't talk to people because people is idiots. Yeah, you're talking to them and instead they'll say, well, okay, don't worry, girl, what I passed through it already, doesn't understand. You see, you don't pass through it. Now it's my turn to pass through it. My passing through to your passing through is two totally different. Right? But you won't understand that because you have a different mindset than me. My mind might be strong. Yours might be strong. See, different. But when you're going through them tragedy and them things going on with you, you sort of think to yourself now, what to do, right? So, and my advice to you, if you're going through them thing and you have nobody around you, and you have friends and family and they're not setting you right, is to get an animal. And that animal, you see, when you see I had Fleabag, right, the dog, he never used to back answer your back. You talking to him and he go just watch you and he go put on your head, he go smile, you go back. He not adding to your frustration. He just making you, he just listening to you. You understand? You want somebody to listen. So that's why I was lucky enough that I don't know if she'd sent the dog as an angel for me. And that dog came along. It was a female dog too. Yeah, it came along with me and sort of keep my company. And then about a year after the bat moving in the back there. Well, not here. Not the whole house wasn't like how it is here. But he moving too. I don't know if he's a he or she. And about 10 years that bat living in the back here rent free. Literally living here. He just go in the night. When he come and the curtain blocking my eyes with the curtain, he just fly straight back in the back there. Yeah, I never do nothing, He just go out in the day, in the night, and come back in the day. And I never run that bat, and that bat living here 10 years rent free. Yeah. I don't know that, but sometimes he don't do nothing, He don't harass nobody in the sun, he just go there and sleep in the day, and back the dark night, and no light and thing. And he go and sleep, and during night time, he'll come out back, he go pass out, before we lock up, and then he go come back in the morning time when we open back up. Sometimes he doesn't know, but he doesn't know what could be right in front of you, it could be an angel. Right? Anyway, so Fleabag was my angel, and for that 3 to 5 months, as I was telling you, I was getting real drunk and knocking out and I started to sit down by the roadside and started to talk to myself. Yeah, literally talk to myself. I started to like see she in front of my eyes and we are walking and trying to call she and trying to walk and so I was literally getting mad. Yes, I was getting mad. The same way how I was going to feed homeless people, I was ending up like them. Right? So while I was getting so it had somebody in the market tell me I need to go and check myself into the madhouse. So I decided to do that. And I went up in St. Anne's in the madhouse. Yeah, it's funny now because when I went up there, they checked my thing and they keep me a couple of days because I was triggering off. I was going mad. I wasn't cussing and getting, I was talking to myself and I didn't know myself and things. So I went in there for a few days. Not much, about 3-4 days. Right? And it had a nurse was inside there and she talked to me. She said, look, listen to me, you're really young. Right? And she said, I understand what's going on with you, but don't let yourself go mad, because if you go mad, you won't be able to pick back up yourself. So just stop the drinking a little bit. Right? She said, don't stop, because I can help you, like literally stop. She said, don't stop, but let's stop it a little bit. And she said, we will be releasing it back the next day. Because I went in for my own self, right? So I didn't get checked in by anybody. I check in myself. So I could check out anytime I wanted, right? But they just keep me for a few days because I tell them I'm not too right in my head, and they just examine me and whatever it is, right? And you could do that if you want. You could go in the center and something and tell them you're not right in your head and thing, and they will just help you. They will just help you. That people will just help you, right? I know that was a couple of years well, so I don't know if it changed, but at that time, yeah, they was helping. And you say you need to pick up back yourself, go home when you leave here and start back again. Yes, I understand she died, but I never tell you to let she go. You just need to keep she with you and start back again. And that nurse who tell me that that day she gave me a big hug, and that was the first hug I ever get within that 9 months period from anybody. And that hug feel real good because you feel like somebody, you know, they're not against you, they're not, you know, and then it was different. So I leave this place now, about 4 days I was inside getting mad and thing, so maybe I must be I'm a mad people and things, so if I trigger off and thing, you know, that's why I do get vexed. Because you see, if I get vexed, literally if I get vexed, remember I have all that inside of me. So anything can happen if I trigger off and go to the next side and bring up my burden, man. So that is why I do get vexed. I just try to keep calm. I learn to calm myself, and anybody tell me anything and then just leave them alone. Because remember, I pass through tragedy. So if I trigger off now, the kind of thing I have in my mind, the kind of things I could do, I might be going straight to jail, literally. Now I'm just telling you because I want to understand how this is sent here. Right? So that's why I do get vexed and I do trigger off. I learn to self-control. Right? But we're getting to all any story, I'll tell all everything. Because you see, it have a lot of people, since I posted the first video and they watch it, and they call and they was happy that somebody doing it, right? Because people do it and don't tell the story because they feel shame. I not shame. You know, I have nothing to hide. It has nothing to hide. That is what happened in your life, and that is what happened. Many people know. Hundreds of people or thousands of people know. Maybe millions don't know, but I telling you, it's nothing for me to hide. Nothing for me to feel shame for. You understand? Where you going to be feeling shame for when you can help somebody, and these stories I bring out, you're helping a lot of people, you know. So, and that is what I want to do. I want to help you, right? And I know where you went through, and as I say, a lot of people call, a lot of people message, and the feeling that they had was the same feeling that I have. So that is why I hear and I talk and I bring it out, because, you know, I don't want you to feel sad, I don't want you to feel alone. I always hear. Right, I always hear, and my number is 2719373. So if you're feeling that you have nobody to talk to, call me now, man. I will come by and line with you too, right? Because I know the position in it. I'll go even cook something for you and you go try my hand, right? So I don't want you to feel that you're alone and you have nobody. Call me, I will come and line with you. Yes, I will come and line with you, and I will make sure and be your friend or even be your family, right? Until you care over your tragedy. That is just the person how I is. Right? Because I know the position you're in, and nobody would know that position unless they pass through it, and they pass through it with a not because they pass through it and the change and the life change. My life changed right now. Yeah, my life changed, but doesn't mean I forget everything. You understand? So as I was telling you, I's family to all you, and it's nothing for me to feel bad about, because if somebody have a way to die, you cannot stop it. No matter how they die, boy. That's what people don't understand. Those are too young or whatever. Sometimes you see children dying and his heart does hurt you because you know you don't want that to be in your you just feel sad and thing, but sometimes that is just how the way how God have it, and you don't understand that. That is the way you're supposed to die. You just have to live. It's be hard to live it, yeah? Yeah, it's be real hard to live it, but sometimes you don't know what God has planned for you, right? So you just have to deal with that. So anytime, as I say, anytime you're feeling, you know, you have lines and hotline and you call them people that you don't know, and you're talking to them and it's still ain't making sense, you call me, right? You don't worry about me. You call me. And if you want a friend to line with you and you want some help, call me, right? Don't feel bad, because I went through it. Right? And I will come and I will make sure you're happy, because I go cook something for you, and I go, if you want to cook something home and bring it for you, I go bring it for you. Right? That is just how I is now, right? So You know, a lot of people has watched my videos and is really appreciate what is we doing. So thank you very much again. And everybody that subscribe and who does watch, man, all I know. All I could call David anytime, right? I real humble, right? So don't worry yourself. I real cool. Right? So after I did that and I come back home and she tell me that, right? I started to, now I had a little galvanized shack, eh? Me and she had a little boathouse kind of galvanized kind of thing we had. Because I didn't have money, I was poor. And I was start up in life, eh? So I started now. I come home and I think to myself, I think, well, Fleabag was there. Fleabag only watching me with his sad face. I always say he, I don't know why, and she's a she. Right? Even though I'm shy, I can tell her she was a she, right? Because she lived till shy and here and then she died and gone. But I will hear that later down the road. I come back home now and I started to change. To change now. Change, I mean like that little hug and that little talk that nurse gave me. Right? And let me get this straight, eh? She was a Negro nurse, eh? Negro lady. Right? She was real nice to me. Real nice. So when people start to talk about this racial thing, I don't know what's wrong with them. Something seriously wrong with these people and them. And this lady gave me a hug. She was about 40 something years and a real nice lady. She said, and she said, boy, when you go home and then change up and then a little bit. Don't change, don't forget she who died. But remember she, but continue where she wanted. And that is what I do. She always wanted a nice house, so I started working in the market and then I coming home and I saving my money and every week I buy block, putting on money. I go really hard and I paying for the block, but not bringing it one time because I didn't want to bring like 10 block and then you know, I have it, there's 10 blocks. So I started saving and I started paying the hardware and then I started buy a pallet of block. Alright, and every time I started fall back, I started think about what she wanted. And I started to build easy. Now, I didn't know nothing about construction. She teach me construction. Right? She started teach me construction. When she know, she teach me and then I started learning and I started follow up from that. My educational background, it was alright, but it had plenty things like I didn't know and I learned from she. And up to this still there, I still use she methods and she methods has worked very good for me. The methods that she taught me, I learned from she in business because I used to sell DVD and thing in the market, right? I never know to burn DVD, I never even know to use a blasted, I know to use a computer, like computer lit, man. Certain things in computer I didn't even know and she teach me. Right? She teach me how to burn movies, how to print, how to package, all these things I started to learn. And then so I gained experience from she. I will not lie, and that is something that always be with me. And when my children get big, I'm going to teach them the same thing. I make sure and let them know the auntie teach me that, but I go be the auntie and I teaching you it now because I want you to learn the same way. Right? And I started to do easy and started build up and thing again. I take about a month and I was myself, normal. And then poof, I start back to go mad again. Right? And then I realized that how I could be going back mad in a whole month I was normal. How that happening to me? So now I start to understand now that people was doing a bad thing to send me. Well, the people, they should have an idea who was the people was doing things to me. Send me mad. And then remember I grew up with a grandmother who teach me a lot of things. So I realized that I was not going mad for myself because I was strong. I was a strong person. I was still trying. And then I realized people started do me bad and thing, right? The people and them, these people and them all should know. Right? And by listening to this story. And they started doing all kind of thing. And I started go mad and that's how I end up. So start back to thing. I was walking in the highway. In the middle of the highway. Not in the middle, sorry. Walking in a lane of the highway. Coming on the road and line, want to let a truck walk a lick me down. Yeah. And people just pass on, cause me get out here so and so from the road, get out. Yeah, and I walking in the middle of the road. In a lane of the road coming down the highway. Causing real traffic. I was trying to go back mad. And I realized it's happening too much. Too much of time it happening to me because 1 week I go and next week I going mad. Then after that, a whole 2-3 weeks I was back to drink and I started trip off and thing again and then after. So I realized that. So then I started to say, alright, let me try to do things that my grandmother teach me now. And I started to do things that way she teach me. And then my life started to change differently. So that is how I realized when that happened, when she died, other people was trying to get rid of me too. Right? So now I be doing all these spiritual things now for let's know what I understand where it come from. You understand? So it's not no lie or hippy dippy kind of thing, it's true thing. So my story is part of the true thing I'll be teaching all here. And learn all learn. It have people out here like that. So I do my grammar, I teach my thing and I started to do it and then it started to work because I get to realize people who was doing it and wherever I didn't know it have things in my grammar and I teach me, I can find out who it is and who is not it. So I started come back and catch back myself. And that's how the story began from there. When I do back by everything and I clear out everything from me. That things I had to do and I do it and when I don't do it and I started to catch back myself. So that we're going in nearly a year already, yeah? A little less than a year. We're in about 9 months so far checking coming up here. All that shit happened to me in 9 months. Eh? You could ever believe that? So much as shit could happen to one. I lost my car. I lost my wife. I started to go mad. I get robbed. 2 times I get robbed. I'll get the next one just up. 2 times I get robbed. Right? The next one coming up in the next part about robbery. Right? I started walking the road, man. I started to cuss. I started to trip off. Right? And my house too was breaking down. Everything was going through. The little board house I had. So much of shit could happen to one person in 9 months. Eh? And all that I had to deal with 9 months. And don't tell me I was facing any gra. It don't work so. Right? Don't tell me that. Because it don't work so. So now I do what I do and I catch back myself. But you know when you're doing all these things, you must have one bad thing to follow up after everything clear up. So it so happened now. I go into work and I reach up when I was traveling in the maxi going up. It's a road where the maxi is to drop you in the back by the Savannah, they by State Park, right? The maxi is drop you right by State Park in the back there. And you had to walk to go up to the Chauvinist Market. Now I walking, going, taking my time, normal, humble, waiting for the lady sell food, right? Who knows Chauvinist going to the place, right? But right next to the school here. I don't know if she is. I don't know if she's still there because I only go Sunday market and sell, right? So I don't know if she's still there during the week. And before I even reach here, I was by State Park. No, Ben in the corner to reach by the school by State Park right there. 2 fellas hold me up again and I get robbed. I get licks. Right? Because I didn't have plenty things. I used to have a little cheap phone, a little $200 phone. I had to take that. I take whatever money I had in my wallet. Well, daddy had a 2 garbage bag of slippers carry in the market and some movies and they take that. They beat me up. They kick me up. But they do me all kind of things. I get licks and all my elbow and things. I get bust up elbow and thing. Yeah, so much of shit can happen to a person in 9 months. Eh? Yeah, serious thing, no lie. I get licks and they bust up my face, I get real licks. And they take everything I want. And I walk and I went up by the market there and one of the fellas was outside and he said, what happened to me? I tell him what happened to me and thing, and I tell him I'm going to wash up my hand and my face and thing, and I tell him I want to go back home. Because I had nothing to sell and anything since I opened up or wherever it is. So he gave me some money, he gave me about $20-$30 and thing, I think, and I take a taxi and I come back home and I walk up back the road again. I reach home back about 9 o'clock. When I reach home I sit down and I cry for maybe about 12 hours straight. Yeah, I must cry from 9 o'clock straight till the next evening. Yeah, straight down to the evening, late in the night, still crying. Barrel I cry, I tell I can't cry no more. Cause I say, what the hell, boy, all this shit happening to me, boy. All these kind of dotish thing happening to me. And me, but you think about it, I never wicked, I was by myself, right? All these years I working and saving my money and things just so we to get married because it are things in that I can't say about that I promise you that I'm not supposed to say until I did. So I had to carry that in my grave. But I was working and I was never a wicked person. So I want to teach you something. Even though you're not wicked, the shit's still supposed to happen there. I was never a wicked person. I used to help real people with work, teach them work. And everybody who work with me know the kind of person I is. So much of shit can happen to one person in 9 months. Yeah. So I come back home and I cry until I can't cry no more. Fleabag come late in the night, 10 o'clock, me and he cooking ramen soup. He come, she here still had a feed she could but she used to live the owners them do be there often and she used to come for food. So I cook ramen and I had to I just cut up and mix up for she and give she let she. I said, boy, what going on with me, boy? I say, God, boy, I do all the prayers and things right. I do everything right. What next, God? Where you really want for my next? Nobody do answer, right? When you're talking to God, nobody do answer. Yeah, it has happened, right? Sometimes you want God to come and give you that strength and courage. And you say, nah, but God is not real, man. But let me tell you the story again. Continue watching the story, you will understand. So, going back again, had a little rum, drink it, and I going back to sleep. Yeah, drink rum. Me ain't nothing, just drink rum and sleep. I was small, real small. I was getting real small. Right? I was going from 220 pounds or 30 pounds. Well, I must be about 6 foot on there, right? About that. A little less maybe, I'm not sure. So I was fat. I guess small. So I reached 160 pounds or something like that. 165, 70, and I was getting real small. But I still had big clothes because I could not afford clothes. I had to wear the same clothes I had. Right? So I was looking big in the clothes, but I was real small. So I get small. And I went and sleep that night and I dreaming like I holding she and I walking. And she carried me by the sea. And when she carried me by the sea now, she telling me to walk. Now I can't swim, I go drown. So she telling me to walk on top of the water, go on the water and play, walk in the water. So I said, but how the hell you can walk in the water? You can't walk in the water. So I telling myself that in the dream, and she holding my hand and we walk. I walk on top of that water and in the dream, she telling me, she said, if you want to sink, you could sink. Remember what I'm telling you? She telling me that if you want to sink, you can sink. But you walk in. So why you walk in? Why you just don't sink? So I think to myself now, what the hell this woman telling me? But this woman mad by afraid water. I just go by the sea, but I don't go any deep and right? Be right like them little children I'm riding from the sea. Be they go laugh at me because it's a big jackass. He be in the shallow of the sea. I nearly drowned when I was young in the sea, so I don't go in the sea. I don't play with the sea. And I dreaming that this girl holding my hand, I walking on the sea. She's telling me if I want to walk in the sea, you can walk in the sea. If you want to drop in the sea, you can drop in the sea. It's up to where you want. And I was like, what the hell, boy? So all that little dream running, bam, shot the alarm kick out 3 o'clock again. For me to wake up to go to work. To get twice. Next time I get licks again, I get raw again. But what the ass is this, boy? I say, hey, I have to go because I need to get money, right? And I get up again and I go again with my ass licks, but a pain in my ass. And I get up and I go and collect the same taxi, get the same maxi. Me ain't tell nobody nothing what happened. I reach St. Park again, frightened to walk through. I say, boy, what happened? Yes, I go in. I walk through, I reach, I open up my stall in the market, everything set up, everything going nice. I say, but where's this one, boy? Going upstairs to my piano now. And I sit down and I trying to figure out what this dream is about. What this dream is about. Play my piano whole, everybody laughing at me. You can't play, it's jumping, blah, 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 blah. They sound like, blah, 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 blah. So they get on tootish. Yeah, I mean studying them. I realized they used to always hear what I playing and I couldn't play in peace, so I ended up went and buying headphones. Right? And I had rechargeable batteries. So I make convenient to everybody. I don't want to bother you, don't bother me. I don't want to hear your stupid talk. So this couple days I'm still thinking about what going on. But I continue my business normal, going to work, coming normal, cooking for Fleabag. A few days well, about 2 weeks well. And then when that happened to the coming out about the 10 month now, I understand what the dream was about. Yes, I understand what the dream was about. The dream was about if you want to do something in your life, you could do it. It's up to you to do it. You could change, you could start over. That's what the dream was about, because how you could walk on water? You can't walk on water. Either you sink or you drown. Either you swim or you drown. So it had 3 options there. Walking on water, you swim, or you drown. And you just had to choose your path. And that is how I understand how the dream and what she was telling me. So I started do what I need to do. She wanted a house. No, my mind was not about nobody else now. It had nobody else was there now. You know all that girls, it had nobody else. Nobody else was it. Just she, and I was going to build a house for she. No, she didn't go on. Why build a house for? But that is what she wanted, and that is what I had to do. Right? So that was start to build my house. And I started to do easy everything. Rain fall and watch me. Everybody eating on Sunday. Everybody eating the nice food and you know why do I drinking Gatorade and eating cricks? And walking in rain. People laughing at me. And I doing what I have to do. Yeah. Every Sunday go by everybody with a family going beach and I was by myself. When you go in the market everybody had a family and I was by myself. Yeah. But I wasn't literally by myself. I had she on one side as an angel and I had Fleabag. So actually I had a whole family right there. Just I didn't see it until until I started catch back myself. Well, it so happened now things that go nice. So there's the best part of the story, but is I ain't gonna call nobody name, but the person know who they is, right? So things that go nice, you know. I started change, everything started go good, and then I started walk and buy my little block and my little steel and my little gravel and my little sand and things started coming little bit by little bit. Things started changing, you know. Coming up to nearly a year, things started change. No, I never get to see she burn. I was restricted from seeing she to burn. Yeah. The last I get to see she was when I went by the house and when I wasn't by my house. They didn't want nothing to do with me. They didn't want she by we house because at that time we house was garbage, yeah. That is the truth. And when I had to go by them house, by she family house, and when I went there, they treat me like dog, like, you know, everything they blaming me because now I understand you lost a daughter. I understand I is a father now and I lost, but remember I didn't do anything. If I did do something I end up in jail, correct? If I wrong, tell me. But I didn't do anything. It was nothing with me, nothing my fault. She made that decision, but she said she didn't even include myself. At least she could have carried me to her go. But she never tell me nothing. All I know she used to cry and, you know, she used to always want she baby. One back she baby, and I don't know that then said she never a lot of talk to she and I try. So I go by the family and the run man never get to see she go or get to see she last face and then the run man they call police and even the police tell me best I don't come. Imagine that, eh? The police tell me best I don't go because I go back now. And I do his best for she because I just wanted she to go and I never see she burn. Up to this day, going on 12 years, 10 years, 11 years now. 11 years I think, yeah. I never see she burn, I get a glimpse she once in the coffin for about 5 minutes. And that was it. Imagine that, eh? Somebody. No, that real. No, I always tell her the reason. No, she married me when she was 18 years. As soon as she turned 18, she married me and I was 23 or 24 years. Yeah. There are plenty things in that story that I cannot see. Nobody will never understand, only I go understand that. And I had to die with that till the day I die. I cannot talk about it. Because I did promise you I will never say anything. You understand? Even Cheyenne don't know. So though she even know I married she for about 7 years or 8 years now. Yeah? And she don't know. The whole truth. Well, it's not about how she died. It's just something that before when we get married, it had it in between. That is just me and she born and I cannot say nothing. And when you know it is, only you know it is. You gotta put trust. Even though she died and go, I give she that trust. And I give she that trust and I keep in that trust till I die. Nobody in my house will know, not even one children will know. I had to keep that trust between me and she. It's just something have to remain righty. Right, so I didn't get to see she and I never get. And it is still bother me up to this day, I never get to see she. But I have, if I watch Coachella, the series on my channel, I'll go see she. She name is Savitri in the show, right? That was my wife. Right? Coachella, the series on this channel here. You go see it. She named Savitri in the show, right? So 10 months pass and gone. Now my story real long. I might hit a part 4, boy. Yeah, I might reach part 4 with this thing going. But if you're interested in story, leave a comment. Tell me if you enjoy my story. There's a live story. This true story. Don't know laughy thing. This true thing. I'm telling you my story. Not the hide. And maybe years to come, other people will come and watch it and they go feel happy, and that will be good for me. Right? So 10 months pass. Going on 11 months. Walking through with my piano and thing. Yes, I play and thing. I wasn't good. But I had to get better. So I used to keep music as part of my passion. And every song she used to like, I used to try to learn to play. Now, plenty people come and have things to say, but we don't study that, right? We continue going when we need to go, because as a dream time, I had to do what I had to do. So, while coming out, it had a day coming out, it had this club, boy, this place right opposite the school. And I thought that girl was by the window and she was calling me and harassing me. And I was like, nah, boy. Nah. Not me she talking to, because I work less. And it so happened that she was calling and talking to me, and I was like, okay. She talked to me normal, and she going out. That is 1 year, going on 1 year. Me even get over Renisha yet. Right? That's my wife. She name is on the thing, right? Savachi. Me even get over she yet. And she calling me and talking to me. I just talked to she normal. I had a car, I was renting a car, I had a car, right? I was paying for a little old car now. So I think you can't jump in the car and go on my way. Normal. Next day come now, same girl again call him out. I'm not going to call she name, so. But she know who she is, right? And she just support me when she see me, right? But she get married and thing now, and I congratulate. I'm happy for she, because she always wanted happiness too. And she get she happiness, and she good to go now. So that's a good thing. Right. Bam shot again. Second day she called me out again. I said, what? Third day again she called me out. She said, well, you don't talk to nobody or nothing. I said, no. And I just continue my business. And next time she called me again and she gave me she phone number. I was like, what? I gave me phone number, boy. I'm so pretty, boy. No, well. If you understand what I'm going to, I finally again. Now she talked to me. I never talked to she, eh? I was like, nah, boy. Something wrong here, you know. Good thing happening to me now. I started building my house, and then I started learning music, and then a girl talking to me, boy. I was like, what? Thing difference. I come home now and I laughing, because to know that all that shit is going through now, that we're going up to a year, and all that dutations that went through. Somebody talking there, and I was saying like, nah, boy, she if she got to know my story, I think she'll get to hate me like everybody else, boy. So I didn't get into it too much. A couple of times she called me out, I talked to she normal, she gave me she number. I write the number in a piece of paper, and by the time I drive in the paper, I fly out the window and go anyway. So a couple of days I didn't see she well, because now I started to look out by the window to see if I see she, and I didn't see she. Then a couple of days, like about 2-3 days, and then like somebody say, she said, one boy, you can't call nobody. I said, well, I don't have your number now. She said, well, I give you my number. I said, well, I don't have it. It fly out the window. She said, well, I'm giving you back again, and I give back she number. And when I get back she number now, just thinking about this bring back real memories for you. Know. Get back she number now, and I go down and I call she answer the phone. She said, right, so you is the boy. No, she never know my name and thing, never, you know. She say, I say, yeah. She said, I always see you passing, I always passing and see any market playing your piano and thing. She was watching me, I never even noticed. And then she say, so what time is coming in market? And I said, so and so time. And then the case she was taking her class, a nursing class. I think it was a nursing class, or I don't know if it was a nursing class, boy. Can't remember. I don't know if it was a nursing class or she was. Yeah, it was a nursing class, man. Yeah, it was a nursing class. She was taking a nursing class. The story changed from how it was to how it is, eh? But you see, I'm sharing the story with you because I want you to understand. Even though when tragedy happened to you, it's happened for a reason. And sometimes real bad things just happen in that, and you don't know how to deal with it. And if you overcome it, you will see when the good starts. So you see what was going on with me now. A year time, hitting that year coming up. Now for she yearly prayers, I couldn't do nothing because literally she I couldn't go by the family and to do anything, right? So I had to do my thing for myself, right? So I did what I supposed to do home by myself, and I make sure I do it, right? Anyway, so the girls that come online with me in the market, right? And she said, I come now online. No, she didn't come on. She come when she go into school anymore. She's a pass online a little half an hour. And then all of a sudden after she school done, she come online with me 3-4 hours during the day. I was like, what? Everybody started talk about it. Everybody started. So I started breaking news one time because I don't want she to get no bad character line with me, and I don't want you to feel bad or anything like that, because my story was tragic, and you know people is how they is already. To see a girl come by me, they go say, 1 year your wife dead and you're looking for a woman already, right? So I tell she the truth one time. One time I tell she the truth. Because I didn't want nobody to think that I'm moving on or anything. I didn't want to move on no way. I was never into that. Right? I wasn't moving on no way. I was by myself. And just she was lying, and I was just talking to people like no me because I had nobody to talk to. And she came along and I started to talk to she, and I could share plenty things for she. So I just talking, I never tell she about my wife yet. So a couple of days I talking to she, and she just asked me how you going, where you living, where you from. And she said, no, I used to see her here, you used to have a girl, used to be here, and used to sell DVD and thing with she, and I say, yeah, that was my wife and thing. She said, oh, all the separate and thing. I say, I can't really explain to you or nothing like that, you know. She said, okay, no problem. And she go on. So a couple of days pass and I realized people watching me and thing different thing. So I said the next morning she come and go and tell she the truth. So the next morning she come and tell she the truth. And I tell she, oh, hey, I do it. Don't get me wrong and so on, so happened to she and whatever, and I do it coming because I ain't wear character and thing to get damaged, and then people go say all kind of thing about you and thing. She say okay, she say no problem, she understand. She go into class normal. I think 3 or 4 hours, about 10, 11 o'clock, the girl pop up by me back normal, come on my bench and sit down. Right, and the next girl used to sell next to me too, and she used to keep my company too. She was new to the market, but she used to keep my company, right? And bam, should I see 11 o'clock, the girl coming into the thing, and she's smiling coming through the gate. So I say, oh shit. What is she smiling for, boy? It must be coming to tell me something. Because she's smiling coming through the gate. I still remember that smile. Yeah. It's something you can't forget because, you know, that was the person that bring you back to how you is. It's something you're going to remember in your memories for the rest of your life, and you just either you cherish it or you keep it as a different level. So I see the girl smiling coming through the market now and comment, and she come and sit down. I say, hey, look how everybody watching you and thing here, you know. She said, let me tell you something, boy. She said, I don't care about no so and so people, you know. I come to line with you and I come into line with you. I say, but I tell you what, I'm to my wife and all the family members and just passing through once that talk and friends and there's true talk and she said, let the true talk, that is okay. I was like, yeah, sure? Yeah. That one, but I am. She said, nah, you don't worry now, man. She said, I'll come and I'll line with you today. I'll line with you at 3-4 hours and then I'll go home and tomorrow I'll pass and check you again. Like, what? Like, oh, yeah, there's something wrong, boy. Something just wrong with this girl, boy. I feel something wrong with you. To know all that shit going on and with me and you still come here and the line. So to me now, I think, nah, this girl had to be mad, boy. Something wrong with she, boy. Something wrong. Because think about you go through all that tragedy and all of that. And somebody come in and line with you, boy. Nah, something wrong with she, boy. So I think that to myself. So I see, but me and tell she that, I never say nothing. I keep that to myself. Couple days she pass and she normal, a few days I say normal and then I get to become real good friends. So about 2-3 months now she like my man, she don't care about nobody. People try and talk and nah, she didn't bother. People are they say, nah, she don't bother. Saturday now, on a Saturday when I work in market and on a Saturday when I drinking there, 6 days of the week, I don't drink heavy. I still drink it because as I tell her I used to drink to go and sleep. So Saturdays I drinking there. I see the girl come now and she come into line man thing and she say, hey, what you drinking all that rum and thing for? But she drinking rum now. Yeah. But she don't drink like a white drink. But she say, what you drinking all that rum and thing for? You must stop all that and thing. I'm like, what? She says, girl come to change my whole entire life. I can't take on all of that, you know. So, but not knowing that maybe she was just an angel, as I say, don't know how people let's come and form. So I drinking and thing and enjoy myself. Everybody come and say, well, one of my partners and them, my friends who I used to line with and they used to come and line with. That one to them was still good to me, a good family. One of the fella in the show there, Prakash, Vishnu, I can't forget the man, but the man and the family, real take me in, boy. Real take care of me, boy. So big up to them, even though I don't pass and check them often because of our work and everything. Big up to them, boy. Vishnu is the man name. If you watch Cultural series, Prakash, he and his family was real good to man. They still good to him up to this day. So I want to say big respect to them, and I always respect them as long as I live in. Right? Even though I don't pass and check them often and things, I don't even see them, but they know I have respect for him plenty. Because them was the people take me in now, boy. So them was used to come online with man while we used to drink together and laugh and enjoy play card and all kind of thing. Then she said I come often now on Saturday when she ain't going to class, she come online with man thing. She come and she line with always the girl line with man and taking care of me, making me happy and things. So coming home, she calling me. You know, I had a friend, a good friend. Even though she was a girl, yeah, she was a good friend. And she said to bring me back. She said to bring me back out of my madness. So from being literally mad to just mad. Yeah. And she bring me back up now and she said, so I carry me in Lime and anywhere they go in and she said I carry me, she said come here we go. And that is how I managed to change. Then she stayed with me for about, well not stay with me like literally together like friends now. And she stayed with me for about 5-6 months and everything changed. And then she moved on. Right, no problem. So she moved on. But even though she moved on, every Saturday she still used to pass and check me. Anytime she get a chance, she still passing and check me. She never used to lie with me as often as possible. She had a relationship was going on, but the relationship was kind of complicated. So she didn't really have time with him. Not she had time with him, but not literally had time with. So she said still pass and lie normal. People pass and say telling she that she lie man, she know she don't care one ask about it. She still lie with man. Up to this day now, is so much years now. 10 or 11 years now. About 10 years now I know she. Yeah. And we still as friends and we still do even though we talk and then because she move on life and then normal. She has she family and then now and the real things you just have to leave it just how it is, right? People who understand that go understand. People who don't understand they do it. Right? So if she see me anyway, she call me out. If she with your family, we pass like we know each other because you have to respect. But I'm shy I know she and real